Welcome back to iHeart Crypto. If you like the content, subscribe to the channel, like the video. It helps more people see this content and can help them throughout their crypto endeavors. Let's just get right into it. So Bitcoin is coming in at 37,800. Right now, what I see is a ascending triangle forming on the 15-minute, on the 1 hour. Is this going to play out? Are we going to get a push to the upside? Because if we do get a push to the upside, a measured move of this ascending triangle would be approximately, if we extrapolate it, and that's what this is called, extrapolation. All right, move up to there, could put us around 42,000, which would line up with a lot of other people's predictions, and it would be right here at support, which would then be turning into resistance. So we're just going to keep an eye on that. Right now we're hitting that apex of that triangle, and it looks like Bitcoin kind of made an attempt to fall out of this pattern at the moment, but it is catching itself on that bottom trend line. It's catching that as support, so we're going to keep an eye on that. Of course, looking at the macro scale, we are definitely in a downtrend. We are definitely in a descending wedge, and one of these things is that if this does break, we could be seeing higher prices with higher highs and higher lows. So one of these things that we're going to be keeping an eye on is, we said that we would get up here to this box right about here, around $40,000. We are almost there now. We were expecting that bounce. Could we get a little bit higher? Yes. We're going to keep these fibs drawn in here because I do think that these are very, very good resistance levels and support levels if we do flip the resistance into support. So we're going to keep an eye on this right here. But looking at the macro scale, nothing really has changed, as Savvy would say. And we are going to be talking about today, by the way, the first rule of investing in crypto. But before we do that, let's just take a look at the overall crypto market. The overall market cap, about $1.6 trillion. Bitcoin dominance coming in at 42, so up a tick. ETH dominance coming in at 17.3. We got Bitcoin on CoinMarketCap coming in at 37,800. Ethereum 2,600. Binance Coin 830. Cardano down to $1.06. XRP down to about 60 cents. Solana down to about $94. Luna below $50. Polkadot $17. So these really are bargain deals still. And one of the ways that I'm thinking about this, wow, crypto.com up 20% in the past 7 days. That's interesting. So if you've been holding crypto.com for the past 7 days, in fact, if you look at these coins, a lot of them in the past week are up. Bitcoin is up 7%. Crypto.com up 20%. Some of them are still down, like Cosmos. Cosmos was going on quite a bit of a run, but that's taking a step back. Chainlink's showing signs of life. Now, here's the problem with Chainlink pumping. Normally, I've seen and noticed that when Chainlink pumps, Bitcoin dumps. It's just like the leading indicator of what's going to happen. So we do have some coins holding stronger than others compared to Bitcoin. Axie Infinity with a nice little pump here. Tezos with a nice little pump here. So we do have some movers, of course. You never want to be chasing these strong movers. Don't FOMO into Chainlink right now just because it's up and up for the week. More than likely it's going to come back down. Same thing with crypto.com. You don't want to be FOMOing in. You see these numbers and you go, oh, this is probably a good buy. Things can always come lower. Although if you do want to do some dollar cost averaging, I always do recommend that. And that could be something that that's something that I did over this past week. So we're going to be talking a little bit more about that. But let's talk about the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. We're coming up 29, coming out of extreme fear into fear. So that's positive, for the price. Although, in my thinking, I would prefer a bear market. We are ready to just start dollar cost averaging at lower prices. Let's take a look at our heat map. A lot of red today. Link up, like we said. Litecoin up. Ugh. When Link and Litecoin are up, that tells me that we're headed for a dump. So I'm just saying, it makes you want to sell your crypto and buy it back at a lower price, to be honest with you. It's so frustrating, but you got to have cash on the side. And we're going to go over a little bit about what my strategy is going forward from here on out. I've been talking about the rules. I've been talking about a lot of different things. But we're going to go over to focus on one main rule that needs to be followed when you're talking about crypto, and what the rules are that you need to be following. So let's just come on over. Let's just talk about it real quick. So the number one rule that you want to follow when investing in crypto is you never want to invest more than you're willing to lose. You never want to put in money that you're gonna need. So for someone like me who has some credit card debt, do you pay down the debt or do you invest it in crypto? You got to kind of find a balance. And for me, I'm kind of thinking to myself that crypto can pay my bills. If I invest $1,000 into crypto today, it could be $20,000 by 2024, and that's what I need to do. Instead of paying down my debt. Now, is this the best strategy per se for the debt? The debt isn't going anywhere. If I need a little bit of money, you don't want to have it all invested in crypto. You got to have like a savings account that you have, whether it's keeping cash on the side for the dip, or whether it is to pay down. Like, let's say I have a student loan that I need paid down. If I had $2,000 in an account, I might use that $2,000 to put towards my student loan, and to pay that down. Otherwise, you can't take another grad school class. So I'm kind of going off track, but I'm a little discombobulated. Another thing that I could be talking about with you guys is crypto can be very consuming. It can overtake your life. And one of the things is that you have to find balance between your crypto life and your real life. And crypto can consume your all-day life. And for me personally, it's taking time away from my family. It's taking time away from my significant other, my wife, if you will. It's taken away from my work. And these are the things that you can't let it affect, because those are more valuable than money. And that's the hard truth of it all. Now, one of the things that you can do so you don't have to worry about price is not invest more than you're willing to lose. If you invest more than you're willing to lose, if you invest more than you have to spend, then you're going to be worrying about where the price goes on a 24/7 basis. So, and if you're not invested, then you're worrying about the price anyway, because you think it could bottom and you want to catch the bottom. These are not the ways to be investing in crypto. The best way to invest in crypto is to set a set buying schedule, whatever it is. It could be once a month, it could be twice a month. So I dollar cost averaged in this time. I bought some crypto that I'm never gonna sell. Never gonna sell it. And we're gonna talk about maybe staking some Solana as well. And maybe we'll do that in the video. I'll show you how to stake some Solana. We'll see how that goes. So if you do invest more than you're willing to lose, you're going to become obsessed, and that's going to be terrible for your mental health, for your physical health, for your overall quality of life. So what did I do? So let's come on over to the Coinbase. As you guys know, we had a little bit of money, we lost a little bit of money, and let's just plan on losing money as we go. So we did purchase some Solana, Matic, and Avalanche. This is what we have. We have $172 cash on the side, and we have 1 Luna and some Immutable X. We really love these coins. These are the coins we want to be in, and if they go down 50%, we have to be okay with that. Do I need this money at the moment? No. We also just wanted to get into some of these coins to just have a reminder of the special coins I have up here on Uphold. And Uphold is a great exchange. They have Arweave. I didn't even know they had Arweave. Arweave is one I've been wanting to get into for forever, but it's hard to buy in America. Now, got it. Sandbox, love it. HBAR, great protocol. eGold, but I like that it's on Uphold. It's on Crypto.com. I don't really like using Crypto.com app. People love it. I don't care for it. Although they do have a couple coins on there that you can't get other places, like eGold. But now that I can get it on here, I'm living the life, to be honest with you. Vet and XRP. XRP you can't get anywhere. And I think it's a little irresponsible not to hold some XRP in your bag. XRP is number 7 here, and XRP with the SEC case could do some special things. So it's a little bit irresponsible to not hold some XRP. So we got some XRP. So here's the coins that I'm currently holding forever. And if you could tell, like, I didn't put a lot of money in. This is peanuts. But these are the ones I wanted to save with a little bit of cash, a little bit of skin in the game, to remind myself, hey, watch out for a dip in Arweave. Now, Arweave I bought for $20. Arweave killed it yesterday after dollar cost averaging into it. It was great. Take a look at Arweave. Arweave has been recovering like a beast. An absolute beast. It looks like a little blip now that I say anything. But this is not a bad move. I mean, if you take a look at the bottom of Arweave, which you're never going to catch, but let's say you did dollar cost averaging down here, you saw it start to come up, I don't know. But from the bottom here to the top here, I mean, you've made 30% on your Arweave. So, those aren't shabby numbers. So where can we be expecting Arweave to go in the long term? Just for example, well, if you zoom out, we see a lot of support right down here. Right here in this box right here. So I'd say right about here is your support box where you would want to be dollar cost averaging in. So what can we expect from the $20 I put into there? But, if from here you bought some Arweave, you would be down maybe another 50%. So just take into account that whenever you buy these coins, they can go down 50%. So you have to be okay with that. So I think that I would be dollar cost averaging into some Arweave, going big buys right about there if we do come down there. Arweave just absolutely killed it in the second half of this bull cycle. I mean, the very little bit of a low was $8. I don't know if it's ever going to go that low again, but we're talking about a 10x just in Arweave from the bottom to the top, even from here. And hopefully it doesn't go any higher. Maybe this was the consolidation range. You're looking at a 1x from here. There's a big difference between these two areas. It doesn't look like a lot, but realize you're on the 8 hour. So Arweave is one that I really, if you don't know what Arweave is, it's like a decentralized file storage protocol. And everyone's going to need storage, especially for Web3. And I think Arweave is going to be the leader. I think it's better than Filecoin. And we're betting on Arweave being the leader protocol in that space. All right. So these are our coins. We're very excited about these coins. And we're very excited that we don't have to sell these coins. I never have to sell these coins. I have $100 in here. That is definitely some money I don't need. I can always keep these coins, and these are the ones that I want to hold forever. I mean, if you see Arweave go down to $10 in your portfolio, that would be the time to buy some Arweave for sure. So we put in some money here to kind of just track the price of the coins. Just like here, if my Solana gets down to $300, you better be scooping up some more Solana. Same with Avalanche. It gets down to $100 in my portfolio. You got to be scooping these things up. Luna gets down to $25. You better believe you're scooping some up. So it's a great way to track the dip in your own money. When your own money starts to fall 30%, that is the time to start buying some more. But for now, just hold it. And if it goes down 10%, 20%, it goes down 20%, you're not happy, you lost $100 into Solana, throw an extra $100 in there. Dollar cost average in on those low prices. If it goes up from here, great. You're in the green and you're feeling pretty good. It goes up a lot from here, you feel like you're missed out, you should have thrown more money in, take some profit. It will go back down because I do believe we are in a bear cycle. And then you'll have more cash on the side to dollar cost average in at lower prices. So if Solana, for example, here, it goes, let's say, up to $140, which is very possible. All right. You go up $140, which would be about here. That could be like a sell point. There's a lot of confluence here. Like, look at this big high volume node. It could go up to about 140, let's say. So from here, you're looking at 50%. 50% of 500 is about $250. You make $250, take it off the table. Save it. This thing isn't going to the moon anytime soon. So this is where the bear market, you can kind of take some profits, ride the waves, and if it goes down, that's where you buy. I have $172 of cash on the side right now. But the more time that goes by, the more my bank account can fill up and I could put maybe more cash into crypto. So, just something to be thinking about. And this is the way I'm going to be playing it. I now have enough money in my bank account to cover expenses and some future expenses, and I right now will just hold over this period of time and not try to FOMO in. Granted, Bitcoin is down right now. Another, it's still sitting in the 30s, the high 30s, but could it roll back over? Because really, the thing that Bitcoin's been doing is, everyone's bearish, everyone gets bullish. Everyone's bearish, people get bullish. Everyone's bearish, people get bullish. Everyone's bearish, people get bullish. Could it be doing that again? It's very likely that it could be doing that again. Or the bounce will come, right? The bounce will come here. We'll head up to these higher levels, and then we'll take profit. And then when it comes down, it's very likely to be coming back down to these areas right here. It's just how the cycle goes. But patience is key. I mean, look at even if you come out to here, you're looking at April of 2022. These are months away. This is summertime stuff. So patience is also key. And the only way to have patience is to not be fully invested into crypto. You need to be vigilant in your efforts to not be too emotional. And with less money in the market, you don't become as emotional. You don't become as obsessed. It's so important. So important. So these are the first rules of crypto. Is there anything else I wanted to go over with you today? There's one story here that kind of goes along with what I'm talking about. Bull or bear market. Bitcoin losses from panic selling mount in 2022. Curious behavior sees investors selling coins for less than they purchased for them, with Bitcoin still notably in bullish uptrend. Data from on-chain analytics firm Glassnode and Traders Suite Decentrator shows that in January, more and more BTC entities have been selling coins for less than they purchased them. SOPR, spent output profit ratio, has had a consistent patch of on-chain losses selling recently. SOPR takes the aggregate price bought versus price sold data for BTC in a given period to produce an overall impression of whether sellers are in profit or at a loss. And here they give you a little bit of a chart. Now I don't know what that chart really says. Bitcoin spent profit output ratio screenshot. What do I notice? I notice, we had these are your profits, I suppose, and here are your losses. So losses are coming up. I'm not really sure, but here's what I'm taking back from this article, is that people are selling their Bitcoin. And I thought this was interesting too. An uptrend in institutional dominance in on-chain volumes started around October 2020 when prices were around 10K to 11K. So what they're saying here is that the institutions got into Bitcoin around 10K. Institutions don't want to lose their money. Institutions don't like being in the red. They really don't. So, could Bitcoin go to 10K? Maybe. If Bitcoin went to 10K, for example, I mean that's like way down here. 10K from here, a Bitcoin drop to 10K is 70% from here. That would absolutely crush these altcoins, which is going to be so important to have the big cash on the side for a big buy. You got to prepare for these things. You can't be all in. And it's definitely a possibility. Is Bitcoin going to go to 10K? Probably not, but do I think it's going to 20K eventually? Eventually, I really do. I really do think it's going to go to 20K in the mid-20s. And in the 20s is where we're going to be dollar cost averaging most of our money. And if it goes way below that, then you got to deal with it. You're just going to have to deal with it and hopefully have enough cash on the side to be buying down there in the teens. And enough inflow from your job to provide money for that. So, people have been selling their Bitcoin a little bit. Was there anything else I wanted to go over with you today? I think that's about it. Bitcoin, looking for today. What are we looking for? we're looking for this ascending triangle to break out or break down. We'll see what happens. It's kind of flirting with the apex right now, and we'll see what happens with that. I kind of hope that we break down. I would love to see my portfolio test me a little bit today, and go into those lower prices. I have plenty of cash for my bills, for living, and we're going to keep it that way. We're not going to throw any more money into crypto as of right now. Oh, there was one more thing I wanted to go over with you. I almost forgot. So, how do you know when to take profit? How do you know what you bought these coins for? Well, I got a solution for you. So, you make a little Excel spreadsheet. So, let's just bring this over here. So, you got a little Excel spreadsheet, and one of the things that you can do is you can track, what you bought these coins for. So, for example, I bought some Solana. I bought 5.28 coins at $93 was my first purchasing price, and I'm going to show you how to figure out your overall price per coin. So I got this. It's over here in your beginner's guide to crypto assets. It's a cost basis calculator. If you click on that, it'll bring you right to the website. And for example, we had let's say 5. Well, 5.3 was it? 5.3. Let's just say that. Purchasing price was. I'm forgetting already. 5.28. Purchasing price 93.19. 5.28. My memory is terrible. 93 what? 93.19. So here you go. 93.19. That was my first buy. All right. Now let's say I buy. I don't know. Let's say 3. Right, at $70. Now let's say I buy 10 because the price went down at $40. All right, it's going to give you your average price. So right now, the average cost of my Solana is $60. Not too shabby. I got some way down there. So then if I do expect Solana to go to $1,000, okay, which I think is very possible, it'll actually tell you how much you make. So just with those purchases, and if you bought 10, that's 10 at $40. That's $400. That's a big buy. I just bought 500, so it's not that out of ordinary. Make sure you got cash on the side. If Solana goes to $40, boom, we're buying a lot. Just saying. But yeah, then you'll have approximately $17,000 just off those purchases if Bitcoin goes to that. So, you would have spent, let's see, I don't know, 500, and then 700, and then 400. So 700, right? Probably about $1,000, right? Putting in $1,000 into Solana, it goes to $1,000 at these prices, right? Because 500, right? 700, 400, yeah, about $1,000, and that would be crazy. Those are crazy gains. So you don't need a lot of money to be making a lot of money in crypto. The more money you put in, of course, but you're looking at 1,000% return on at a cost basis of $60. So this can be very helpful. We're going to use this absolutely, and we're going to track that with this. So we're just going to have our number of coins, our purchase price, and I put how much just because I wanted to. And if you were wondering, we did get Solana at 93 currently. Ooh, what did I do? There we go. We got AVAX at 67. We got Matic at $1.70. And of course, if you look at Matic, we are down on our Matic. I think we're actually and we are even with our AVAX, and we are down on our Solana. So we are already in the red. So let's just say that we are hodlers at the moment. We are hodling through the pain, and there's going to be a lot more pain to be coming. So definitely use that calculator. It's very, very helpful. And then here's the thing with the calculator is that once you find out your cost basis, about, all right, I bought it $60. If Solana goes to $120, I can pull out my initial investment, which you could find, here. and then you create a moon bag. And a moon bag, you don't care as much what happens to the price. That is all house money. So Crypto Wendio taught me that. Friend of mine on TikTok, great content creator. Check her out, Crypto Wendio. Great content creator. So that is all for today's video. Remember, don't invest more than you're willing to lose, and don't panic sell your crypto. Take it easy.